evening, and welcome back to the Cassini Project. Well, we've got our wide and diverse crew who have just returned from their unremembered trip to an alternate reality where there was this constant war through the stars that Q took them to, but they definitely don't remember. But they think they learned something from there. They don't remember what.
All I know is I'm tired.
Yes, everyone was super tired. They returned to their reality in orbit of Memory Alpha. Starfleet was immediately like, okay, that's kind of weird. The Frost and Patriarch and Captain Fang have decided to leave because screw this place. I'm not staying here any longer.
In the immortal words of what's his name? You guys thinking him.
Oh,
Cartman.
Cartman.
Yes, thank you.
They would have gone with fuck this shit, I'm out, and just gonna go.
Yep.
You guys ain't good him.
Well, fortunately, they are going home.
Eventually.
But yeah, they're going home. They're taking a shuttle. It'll be a while, but it's probably be safer. But you guys have gone to bed for the night, and it's the next morning, and we're going to start tonight in Captain Harrison's ready room, where he has called in Commander Catheris for something.
Yes, I have.
And let us begin.
I'm in trouble.
Oh,
Commander Catheris, thank you.
Captain?
Actually, I just wanted to call you over here. Do you remember the dinner we had with Captain Fang and the rest of the senior staff a couple nights ago? Or was it a couple weeks?
What was it called? Potluck?
That was it, yes.
Yeah, I recall.
I just wanted to do, you remember when I found this locket last time and I pulled it out of my pocket? Fang said it was tied to Cations in some fashion.
I think I remember that, yeah.
I was wondering if you could take a look at it, actually.
I don't know what good it'll do, but I can try.
Couldn't hurt.
I will take the locket.
Okay, so as soon as the locket drops in your hands, it opens.
How in the world?
Well, as a refresher, Captain Fang said that it was key to people's DNA.
Yeah, I'm just like staring at it, looking at the captain, staring at it, looking back at the captain, like back and forth, just like,
Well, what's in it?
So,
GM.
Catheris, as you look inside, you actually find a picture, and it's of you and the captain, and a third person. It's a very old picture, obviously, because you are in Starfleet Academy uniforms. And the third person is a human female with long red hair.
We were in the academy together.
Apparently. I wish I knew who this other person was.
Would I at all recognize this?
Adcon, kind of cut out for me. Can you repeat that?
Would I at all recognize this red-headed woman in the locket picture?
They are not anyone on board.
Okay.
However, you get a sense of familiarity. Yes?
Sorry, I was going to say, do I also get a sense of familiarity?
Yes. So you both feel like you know this person, but the memory has obviously been wiped away.
Frustrating.
Ariel?
Yes, Commander.
Is there any way for you to extrapolate information from a photo of some sort?
It may be possible for me to create a holographic representation.
There's no way for you to do some sort of facial recognition through Starfleet personnel?
I can definitely try. We are still having reduced access to Starfleet databases.
Cut out a little bit.
Who cut out? Sorry.
Oh, for
You.
me. Oh wow, you cut out for me. All right.
We're all cutting out for each other.
Yay, technology! Woo.
Sorry, can you repeat that again, Game Master?
Basically, she's saying that I can create a holographic image of this person, and I can do a background check to try and see if I can't find them in a database, but that's going to be limited based on the fact that you guys are still running on limited access to Starfleet databases while you're being evaluated, and that obviously there's been some network connection issues in the aftermath of the Iconian War.
I mean, it still might be worth a try.
Yes, let's try it at least. I look over to Commander. Do you ever get the feeling that their information is intentionally being kept from us?
Oh, all the time.
Captain, if you would like me to commit to the search, could I get you to please put your tricorder next to the locket? It would give me a higher resolution image.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, okay.
I go over to the table, set it down. I put my tricorder down next to it.
All right, interfacing with tricorder. And she goes, beginning database search. And she goes, and just for clarification, I have enough information to create a holographic image. And a hologram of this person is displayed next to you guys.
Oh, that's not creepy at all.
Based on their height, they are roughly the same size as Harrison, so slightly shorter than Catheris. About 5'11".
Oh, I thought I was pretty tall for. I guess I'm short for occasion then.
Yeah, you're. Yeah, how tall are you again? I'm trying to remember.
I think I'm like 6'2" or something like that.
Yeah, that's on the lower side for occasion.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing a circuit around this hologram, just kind of walking all around, pacing.
And does it have any? Does she? I suppose this woman. Does she have any specific like sector colors or anything?
So she is wearing command division colors, like the standard red. While you guys at the academy, you guys were wearing gold. So. Because intelligence falls under operations.
Oh, right. Okay.
Security.
So, after a few minutes, Ariel goes, Captain, I've identified a match. However, I am unable to access this file.
For what reason?
Classification reason unknown.
Oh.
I go over to my desk, pull it up.
And so you get what looks to be a command file. It looks like it's a personnel record of what appears to be a ship's captain. And you're going to have to make a roll for this.
May I assist with this?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I was
yeah.
going to even mention, I want to hack into this, because I'm a little tired of
Yeah,
things being
same.
kept from me.
Same.
Okay. So if we're going to do hacking into this is going to be 2 rolls.
Okay.
First to see if you can figure out what kind of hacking what you're trying to hack into. The second is then to see if you can actually do it. And I need just a moment because I need to review which combination this is for decryption.
Well, I have computers and decryption, and I also have intelligence operations. So.
Yes. So here's the thing that's going to be. Let's see. Because I know that there's actually something. This is going to be a reason. Reason security for the first one.
Okay.
Okay.
Would I have any applicable focuses, such as intelligence operative?
Yes.
Nice.
What's your total, Mark?
Mine is, let's see, 13.
14 for me.
Perhaps you'd like to take the lead?
Wait. Reason security, you said?
Yes. Reason security.
Yeah, 14.
Perhaps you'd like to take the lead, and I can assist?
I'm okay with that if the GM is okay with that.
I am okay with that.
Okay.
All right.
And I am not giving you guys the difficulty on this.
Good.
Oh, that's not creepy at all. That's totally fine. Totally expected. Totally nothing wrong at all.
Well, hey, it's a security role. What kind of security officer would make this easy?
You know, it might be time to get some answers. So if you have any values you want to, now's the time.
Yeah. I'm gonna take one for cautious.
You can't take one. You have no momentum.
Can I give you threat for something? Can I do that? Is that a thing?
You can give him threat for a die roll, but you're not going to get cautious.
Yeah, you're not going to get cautious.
That's bold, unfortunately. And oof, I have determination, but I want to save it for my own value.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do a rally, but there's not enough people. I think that's with the entire crew present.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not going to apply here.
And why do I have in the nick of time? What?
That's
I
for
think I got rid of
that's for
this.
extended tasks.
Yeah, that's for extended tasks.
Oh, okay.
But
if-
hold up. I have bold security.
That's true.
Ooh.
I need to review how bold security works.
It's the same thing as any kind of bold. You give a threat to the GM, and you can reroll any you can reroll one die. No,
Okay.
you get an extra die. Actually, is what it is.
Okay,
Well,
threat
I mean,
taken.
so you
get an extra die, and you get the reroll one die. Is what
Yeah.
it is.
Okay.
It's like cautious, but with
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll take the lead. I'll
Go
give you
for it.
one, so I can take 3.
Okay.
All right. So, and I'm assuming I have a focus that applies.
Yes. And then who wants to roll for the ship? Because the ship gets to assist you on this. And that, in the case for that one, it is communications security.
I'll
roll that one.
Oh, okay. So fine,
Oh.
you can do.
You want to,
Rock,
Beth?
paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And then
not
1,
going
2,
to work.
3. Say it out.
Okay. And normally I would offer Ariel to assist, but you took the bold, so that's going to replace her role. So you guys go.
Okay, Cassini will be comms security.
All right, I'll roll. Roll high, roll high, roll high. Ooh!
Nice.
Like some assistance, please.
Okay.
No.
You're welcome.
Okay, so you guys are going to
Six,
take
six.
2 momentum from that.
Nice.
The security lock on this is going to be really hard to break if you want to break into it, because the protocol used is used by Department of Temporal Investigations.
Mm-hmm.
We're not stopping now. I would like to I would like to use a value.
Okay?
Trust but verify.
Okay. I'll say that applies.
And again, I'm going to let's see. Do you have some cautious security?
I do have cautious security. Yes.
You want to flip this time?
Sure.
Yeah, that way you can
Okay,
take
so
momentum.
if you do that, you're not going to be allowed to use your value on an
Oh, and then yeah, never mind. I'll keep it.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's-
that's fine.
Okay.
And then do you want Ariel to assist? Because this is going to be a difficulty 5 task on this reason security.
Oh wow.
Yeah, DTI locks are not something to fuck around with.
I think I am going to buy a dice for threat and spend
Okay.
the next 2 for momentum. Spend the next 2 dice.
Okay.
So I'm going to use 4 dice.
So you use 4 dice, extra threat taken, extra die bot with momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Cathera's
And-
assisting.
And you have your value spent, your determination. So
Okay.
Yes.
And Ariel's
Like the
assisting, and the ship's assisting.
what's
So-
the ship rolling?
Communication security again.
Okay.
Because decryption, I looked into this. Communications is the department that handles decryption.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Go
So,
for it, Captain.
Captain, take the lead.
Oh boy, here we go. I'm almost. I don't know. Someone else click.
We
You
can't.
have to go first.
It is recent security, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Reason security.
Oof.
I'm
Ooh,
gonna
you can
re-roll that one.
Thank
I'm
God.
gonna reroll
Yes.
that one.
You need to re-roll that one. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's 5 right there.
Ariel, gives a complication.
And I'm no help.
Yeah, and
Jesus.
Cassini is no help either. So, and you guys don't have any momentum to kill that complication, so I get to have fun. So immediately upon doing this, the file is deleted from the database.
Of course.
And Ariel responds with, that was a local deletion. It seems that there was an automatic process that if you attempted to access this file through unauthorized means, it would delete the file from our local copy.
Ariel,
Did we
you
get
guys-
anything?
On the task, right?
Yeah, we still succeeded.
Yeah, we did succeed.
It was difficulty 5 task.
Yeah, and he got, and he
Oh,
had
I
his
spent
value.
a value.
You spent a value. I forgot about that, so I added up wrong. Okay, so the file isn't deleted. However,
Hey!
it is heavily corrupted. But you do get a name and a picture of this person, and it says Captain Linda Harrison, USS Pioneer.
We found her. And then I immediately noticed the name, and I'm like, oh. Oh, God.
Actually, I suspected this. And I look over the ring on my right hand. Ariel, can you put a picture, encrypt that picture and put it into my personal file?
Aye, sir. Doing so now.
And in fact, if you can, remove all evidence of our activities.
I have been
Do you
using...
want me to?
So Ariel responds with, I have been using an isolated copy inside our database that cannot be accessed from the outside, adding extra security encryption.
Thank you, Ariel.
Do you want me to see if I can get rid of all of this garbled mess and clear it up?
Please, but do it quietly. And Commander, obviously, nothing that happened in this room leaves it.
Ariel then speaks up. Captain, I have reviewed what little data is available, and I have a record on the USS Pioneer.
Put it up. Let's take a look.
And an image of another Pathfinder-class starship comes on the screen. And it gives a detailed history up until about, what looks about 4 months ago.
So after the Iconian War.
No, because the Iconian War ended
Still during.
Yeah, so at the start of the Iconian War, this record stops.
Okay.
The record, which it doesn't stop right away. It looks like there's a series of encrypted data blocks, and then there's a period where nothing more is added to it.
And what was the name of the ship again? The Pioneer?
The Pioneer. Give me 1 second. I actually have its MSD written down right here.
And this this was classified by the DTI, right?
Yes, classification is from Department of Temporal Investigations, registry number NCC 97603.
Is this the first time you've run into something classified by the DTI?
You've run into lots of classified things. You don't know if it was by the DTI or not, though.
That's true. I was just wondering if there was anything else, like, anything pertaining to the Iconian War that was classified by DTI.
There are lots of data in the Iconian War that's classified by the DTI. There's just... The thing is that there are no personnel records that are classified. It's like entire classified personnel records.
And what's the current start date? Ish?
Oh, oof. I gotta go double check because I forgot to write that down. Ah!
Ish is fine.
I used
No, it's-
87630 for my personal log.
8576.3.09.
So I actually... Because I have actually written down...
8675.3.09.
So the date, the Gregorian date, by the way, is August 18th, 2010. So
2410.
yeah,
What?
2010.
No, 2010? What the
Yes, no,
fuck?
we're back in 2010. That's why it's classified.
What?
Backstreet's back, I guess.
I would have so many warnings for people if we were back in 2010, but that's neither here nor there.
The current Stargate date is 87628.31.
87.
What happened?
0.31, you said?
Yes, 0.31. It's 0800 hours shipboard time.
And her name again, one more
Thank
time.
you.
Linda Ellen Harrison.
And all I have right now is a name. Her profile is still completely classified.
It's not. You broke the classification. It's scrambled. That's the complication.
So the shipboard copy is scrambled.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I'm gonna try and fix that.
But you don't have time for that because at this moment, Catheris, your combat chirps. Dr. Verosk to security and Commander Catheris. I need assistance down in sick bay.
Oh god, Captain. And I just kind of
Dismissed.
run. I take off running.
Are you gonna follow? Because there's nothing
Yeah.
else really going on, Captain.
I'm gonna go down.
Yeah, no, he was calling for you too.
Yeah, no, I'll go down.
Okay.
But I'm putting the locket back in my pocket before I do.
Okay. So, as you get down to sick bay, you walk in. Talus runs up the hallway at the same time you are, flanked with 2 security guards. And you walk in, and you see Dr. Verosk is present, and he's standing in the corner. And Nurse Vivaros is yelling at one of the counselors who's in the room.
What's
And-
going on here?
What's she yelling about?
So the thing you hear when you first walk in is, "My emotions are not a mistake."
Oh boy.
She goes, "They've had an altercation for the last 20 minutes or so. Apparently, the nurse's emotionalism is not normal among Vulcans."
What is normal on board this ship?
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing.
The counselor goes, "Nurse, I understand that this is difficult for you to understand, but it's part of your cultural history that of emotional control is required among Vulcans. To do so led to disaster in the past. They nearly destroyed themselves." And Vivaros just kind of goes, "Are you kidding me? I know that I'm distantly related to Sehen, and Sehen is about the most emotional person on this crew."
How's she looking right now? Is she just kind of angry, or is she starting to get hostile?
She looks like she's angry, but she's suppressing hostile.
Okay, so she's not like about to hit somebody.
No, she wants to though.
Can't blame her, really, but
Mhm.
I
Nurse.
wanna-
Va-
Okay.
Sorry,
You can go de-escalate. That's fine.
I was no. Go ahead if you want to go ahead. It's you are a security officer.
Right. I'm gonna try and go and and de-escalate.
Okay.
Just I'm gonna say, now that's probably not the best tack to take.
Vivaros turns and goes, "Perhaps not, but it feels good."
No, I meant to the counselor.
Oh, to the counselor. And the counselor goes, "I always believe in being honest with my patients. And the fact is that Admiral Tanay had her concerns."
Well, then the admiral can bring her concerns down. But
More importantly, the admiral can bring her concerns to me.
"I'm sorry, sir, but I'm afraid that wasn't in my orders."
Consider it now in your orders.
"No, they aren't, because you are the captain of the ship. My orders came from the Admiralty. My job is to observe all of you to determine your well-being.
And
not
the
other
nurse,
way around."
the nurse is doing her job at a extremely functional level. I don't see how her being emotional interrupts that.
There are larger concerns than just your functionality as a crew. We have concerns about reintegrating you with your families. Nurse Vivaros has family on Vulcan, one of whom is a priest.
then we can deal with it when it's time to deal with it. Now is not the time.
Unless there was a plan to reintegrate her tomorrow.
Not a plan to reintegrate any of you tomorrow. We're not ready for that. But My job is to start the path. And no offense, nurse, but you have been very resistant to the idea of emotional suppression. And at this point, Bavaro's just as far as it goes. I've done my job. I've researched. I know what emotional repression does to people. I see how it affects humans. I see how it affects Andorians. I see how it affects Caitians. It's all in their medical records. It has lasting psychological effects. You're telling me that doesn't apply to Vulcans? And he doesn't have a response.
What race is this counselor, by the way?
Human.
Okay.
What's this
Yeah,
counselor's name?
I need to go double check. All the things that I forget to bring up all the time.
Would it be in the crew
Okay.
manifest?
Yeah, it's in the crew manifest, medical staff. This is Counselor Harry Akavini.
Counselor Cassini?
Akini.
Akini.
Yeah.
Akini. Okay.
That's not hard. Actually, no, I'm going to pick the other counselor. This is Jing Chao instead. That's actually less hard to say.
God, now I have to look for it.
But if you get the intonations wrong, God help you.
Counselor
number-
Zhao?
Because it's
Number
a
50.
completely
Counselor
different name.
Mm-hmm.
Counselor Joe, I believe any sort of I believe this counseling session is probably complete.
This wasn't a counseling session.
The one was a counselor.
Her counseling session was this afternoon, and I was coming in here to discuss starting the plans to reintegrate with Vulcan culture, which involves meditation and beginning the process of emotional, what's the phrase that the Vulcans use? Detachment.
I look over to our nurse. Nurse, do you have any interest in this right now?
No. I have no interest in this at all.
I look over to counselor. You have your answer.
Very well, sir. And he walks out and leaves.
Nurse, I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
She goes, "Thank you, Captain. I don't get it. What kind of culture does this?"
A culture that probably nearly destroyed itself.
There are better ways.
I mean, there is some comfort in self-discipline, but that doesn't necessarily mean erasing your attachment. It just means controlling it.
The way he described it, though, didn't seem like control.
Perhaps you should try and find a Vulcan who can explain things in a way that you might be able to understand.
Maybe. I just don't get it. Why would we be any different than any other species when it comes to emotions?
If someone told me to suppress my emotions, I would laugh the blue off my own ass.
Vavaros laughs at that, and so does Farask. But thank you, Lieutenant. That cheered me up.
Hey, I read that my people and yours used to be enemies.
I read
Got
that
my
too.
enemy.
Well, we'll see how that is next time I have to mend one of your bones when the power's out.
I'll try to keep that in mind.
She just has this huge grin on her face. She goes, "Thank you."
Anytime.
And it's at this moment you get Lieutenant Ensign Callus to Captain and all other senior officers. We're receiving a hail from Memory Alpha.
All right. On our way to the bridge.
All right.
All right. I just look at everyone. Let's go.
So as you return to the bridge with an image of the planet on the view screen.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Yep.
Callus walks over and goes, "Captain, we're receiving communication from Memory Alpha."
On screen.
So, bloop, and the image of Commander Jenna Romaine pops on the screen. About 5'10", blonde, short hair, Caucasian human. And Commander Romaine goes, Captain Harrison, sorry it's taken us so long to process all the information of your unexpected arrival. Guys arrived a couple of weeks early. Encounters with Q can do that sometimes.
So I'm told. What can we help you with, Memory Alpha?
Well, we have some equipment available for transfer, along with some additional medical staff for your crew.
That'd be appreciated.
Great, more medical stuff.
When I say medical staff, I don't mean counselors. I mean...
Oh, sorry. Good. That's actually... Thank you.
Yeah. 2 people is not a medical staff.
Yeah, no, we need some more actual medical stuff.
We do have your Type 9 shuttlecraft that was left behind here from your previous visit, which has been fully refitted and is ready to be returned to your ship. We'll be taking back our Type 8 from you. Thank you very much.
Sounds very good.
So, and I am now going to show your new Type 9 shuttle.
The
Shuttlecraft Falcon. The Thunder Cougar Falconer.
Captain, if I may,
Yeah, Kagon?
can we ask if the commander has a log from our previous visit here?
And she's still on the screen and hears all this. She goes, well, Commander Kagon, we do actually have a record, and I can tell you from my own encounter, you weren't here for very long. But I suppose we shouldn't take, advantage of removing the surprise from today.
We've had
Appreciate
enough
it.
surprises lately, though.
I think this is a good one.
Doubt.
So did the person who sprung the last surprise on us.
I'm not Q, though.
Touche.
I'll be happy to discuss it in person when you beam down.
All right, well. Looks like we may be on Memory Alpha for a little while. How's everyone feel about shore leave?
So the commander speaks. He goes, shore leave has not been authorized yet as of yet by the request of Admiral Quinn. However, I am going to need an away party. Say the captain, the commander, your science officer, your pilot, and your tactical officer. Oh, and your chief engineer.
That's mighty convenient.
And an oddly specific request.
Well, we need to make sure that it meets all of your standards.
All right, yeah. Let's
Are
let
we-
everyone know.
Are
I
we
like-
beaming, or are we taking the shuttle, the Type 8, down to the surface?
Type 8s are pretty tiny. I think we should probably beam.
Yeah, you guys will probably beam. Memory Alpha and the security staff will handle the transfer of shuttles.
Well, I
We could
mean,
probably just beam the shuttle.
Yeah, but we don't need those accidentally blowing up.
Well, Roll20 would never do that to us.
I'm not making you guys roll that.
I was gonna say, why would you say something like that?
I mean, we're doing it from pad to pad, but yeah.
It is a Type 8 shuttle. They are the shuttles you take on dangerous missions to prove the situation serious.
I'm sort of disappointed that I don't get to actually ride the, fly the shuttle, but it's beaming. But
But they also called you specifically,
Yes.
so maybe more driving in the future.
yes, and that is what has piqued my interest.
All right, so yeah, we form our party and we beam down.
All right.
Gather your party.
Before
So you
venturing
guys-
forth.
So you guys beam down into Memory Alpha, and Commander Romaine is waiting for you guys there. And she steps forward. She goes, "Welcome to Memory Alpha. It's nice to see you again in person."
Commander, it is unfortunately nice to meet you for the first time.
I heard about what happened to the Cassini. Terrible, terrible. I can't imagine what it must be like for you guys. Just wow.
It is a long story.
It'll-
I've read the long story.
But now you know why we were hoping for your log from the logs from our previous visit.
Yes, I do understand that. We'll discuss that as we walk and talk. Man, I cannot keep your guys' pictures on target today.
We're dancing.
No, we're walking. We're just walking and moving.
Yep. And so you guys walk out.
If it's all right, I'm going to say that Worf is on my shoulder during all of this.
That's not going to be okay because you're not allowed to bring down tribbles and stuff to Memory Alpha.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. That's a
No
biohazard.
Doesn't get past customs.
Yeah, you were going to, and then you were like, maybe not.
You got
That's
into the
fair.
You got into the transporter room, and Kashima was like, "No, leave Worf here. You don't take down the furry thing to R&D."
Good point.
So you guys, those of you who have been around still long enough to remember, you walk out of the transporter room, down one of the hallways, and into the primary area of the facility. And as you're watching, she goes, "I heard about the Berengarian dragon. I've actually got a specialist team of bio researchers here looking to find a appropriate reserve to transfer the animal."
That'd be appropriate if you could coordinate
We're
with
not far from Berengaria 7, are we? We could just take it back home.
Well, I mean, it's a good what, like 6 or 7 sectors away. For us, it was closer.
It was before we got transported here by the queue.
No. Verasa Prime is actually closer. I've got the map.
Oh, okay.
I've got the map, and I think it's still in the Roll20 system. I can actually just load it up.
I don't think
it's
we can
fine. I'll
ask
take
you
your
for
word
another
on it.
ride, Commander.
Yeah, no asking Q for rides. That doesn't end well.
Oh, he'll
no,
take you on a ride, just not the one you could expect.
Exactly.
You guys end up at Mardi Gras.
In 1970.
Yes, in
Oh,
1970.
dear. Oh my.
Yes. Oh my. So yeah, that, and I'm actually, Don, just for your reference, I just re-uploaded the Stowe Galaxy map into our Discord so you can read it.
Okay. No, I've got it literally on my wall, but it doesn't have Berengaria on it, so.
Berengaria is on this one, so is Memory
Nice.
Alpha.
New map information.
New map information. So you guys are walking, talking. She goes, "I will say that there has been a change in your personalities."
Yeah, we keep hearing that.
Well, Captain Harrison, last time we met you, you were so hard to read.
Yes, I do certainly seem to be just to wear all my emotions on my sleeve nowadays.
Before, the only emotion you wore on your sleeve was a bit of somberness. That was about it. But to be fair, we had just gotten out of the Iconian War. Everyone was wearing that emotion on their sleeves.
Do you have any recordings of when we were here last? Video. It would be interesting to see them.
Absolutely. I can definitely download those to you. That's not that hard.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
P.S. It's upload.
Actually,
Not if it's being downloaded to a tricorder.
if you can get that to us in a separate memory format, that'd be appreciated.
It's a little unusual, but I can make that happen.
Yep.
All right. So she goes, "But I didn't just bring you down here for a social call. We've got a piece of experimental gear that we're deploying to the USS Cassini and a couple of the other Pathfinder class starships. They're very new. Unfortunately, you missed the designer. He left on the Pathfinder. They were still having problems integrating it into their systems, but they've managed to finish their modifications and have sent them back to me."
All right. Well, we look forward to the unveiling.
"Well, right this way." And
All
so she walks you over to this lab that's off the side, and you see this room is connected to a hangar, and you can't see out the window at first. She goes, "This has been something that's, well, the doctor has been wanting to put make standard issue on starships for a long time. He was only just able to convince them with the help of Captain Paris a few years ago. And this is our result. And as you look out the window, and I'm going to just say this ahead of time, this is not finished. My friend who's modeling this is still working on it. But you look out the window, and you see this.
Ooh.
Hello.
A shuttle with wheels.
Wheels, yeah, that's a little archaic.
Oh,
Well,
this will be fun.
She goes, well, it is based off of the old Argo class shuttle, mostly in response to its lackluster buggy. We haven't decided on a final name yet. The early favorite is the Red Hawk class. Right now, it's still using its code name of XG3105.
Seems more like a Mustang to me.
So, just to be clear, like, one of those wheels is as tall as you guys.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my! So this is less of a like a buggy, more like a tank.
Like a
Or a
embryo.
mobile laboratory.
That's exactly what it is, Commander. It's a mobile research laboratory. The design process behind it is that you will be able to deploy it on a planetary surface, leave away teams there, and they will be able to do research as necessary. We found that it might be necessary as part of the 4 Quadrants initiative.
Very curious.
It's designed primarily for a crew of up to 6. Recommended crew complement is 4. But it's got built-in research lab at the rear. That back module on later versions will be able to be swapped out. We've got a Mako variant in production right now.
What's our planet class rating?
She can handle almost anything, including a demon class world.
Wait,
Really?
that's the actual class of a planet?
Oh yeah, demon class. Yeah, that's one of the worst ones.
Class-wise, it's places like Nukara Prime.
Worse than Venus.
Mm-hmm. No, just be clear, that ship has a fully functional airlock associated with it.
And I see there's a porch there on the top, or is that a sensor grid?
It's based off of the Manticore class's new sensor pods. It's a downscaled, modified version equipped with microphoton torpedoes as well as OmniWave passive sensor matrices, and some of the new, I forget what they're called, but Helios Corp make them.
How would she redock with the ship? Does she want to be transported, or does she have some limited VTOL capability?
So your ship already has the module pre-installed. We sent that to you last time you were here. It's got an internal docking port that does have a transporter pad. However, the vehicle is fully capable of being airdropped as needed, and is even rated as an escape pod should the worst come to worst with your ship.
My concern is getting her back onto the ship.
She does have a very advanced deflector grid. Theoretically, she should be able to lower her mass with a low-level static warp bubble and be allowed to become somewhat airborne to reconnect with the ship. Hence why
Kind
we're
of like saucer separation at warp for the old Enterprise D.
Which, what I recall, was pretty dangerous.
this is still very dangerous, but not on that level. There's no worrying about this thing disintegrating if you do that, unless it loses its field and immediately starts falling back to the ground. That's the reason that we're deploying them to Pathfinder class ships, is that with your ship's ability of atmospheric flight, you will be able to meet it in the atmosphere.
It's a possibility, yeah.
Captain,
Commander.
can we call it Tulip?
We'll discuss names later.
Well, I've got my name for it. Fun. Oh.
Well, before we get to the fun, we should probably check the stats. And so she brings you down into the hangar and walks you up to it, and you're at first impressed by his eyes. Just to give you guys an idea of the rough scale, you guys know the puddle jumpers in Stargate? It's about that size. So
It's about the size of a shuttlecraft. It just has wheels instead of nacelles.
yeah, it's basically
It's a monster truck shuttle.
yeah, basically. It's larger. It's larger than the Type 8s, but it's definitely smaller than your Delta Flyer.
So it's not like it's not a runabout size.
It's not runabout sized.
Okay.
And speaking of, it is now available for you guys to look over the stats for her.
Yay!
Yes.
Let's see.
And I don't have the weapons installed yet. I'm still I've got to put those in right now, and I forgot to do that. She's only going to have her phaser turret available.
Oh my god, these stats!
Yes.
Hmm.
Well,
So
she's a
what you're
new
saying-
she's a new prototype.
I actually like it.
No shields?
She does have shields.
Okay. Oh, I see him. What's the resistance? Oh, that'd be scale, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So here's how I'm going to work because she is a ground vehicle. That scale resistance is in proportion to space weaponry.
Okay. So in terms of like animals or environments or ground. Okay.
Against grounds, it's ×5.
Nice.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because the idea is that this is obviously a vehicle. You can't really compare like hand phasers to something that's got its own independent power supply like this.
Nice.
More computing power in this shuttlecraft than there is in one of the old Constitution-class starships.
Well, it is designed to be a research vessel.
Oh, I approve.
Could have used something like this back on Ferocity Prime. Wish we'd known about it.
I don't want to know what you could have used it for. Right now, we're still replicating micro torpedoes, but you still have your energy weapons available if you want to test them out. The whole reason I brought you down here is I figured you guys would like to have your first test runs.
A look over the grass. Is he
Like,
salivating?
oh yeah. I'm like, I'm like, yes, gimme. I'm like, please let me play. I want to play.
Yes. Let's give her a test run.
All right, she goes. Perfect. I'm going to ask that for the sake of ship safety, I would like one of your senior officers to remain behind to evaluate from our control room with me.
I'll stay here.
Very well, Captain. All right, and she starts guiding you away. So the rest of you gonna board her?
Oh yeah. Well, I am.
Okay.
As long as I do, I don't particularly mind.
All right. So as you guys,
Yeah, what if I told Grass to stay?
I
Oh
would,
my god.
I would be cracking knuckles.
Harrison gets punched by his con officer. No jury decides to convict.
It just turns into It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode.
Mhm. So as you guys enter the airlock, you see so it's got two doors on either side. So that's not just a one-sided door. There's one on each side. The airlock is a room that could fit two people from that steps up. I noticed that the center area has a transporter pad for one person, probably for emergency situations. There is a door leading into the cockpit that is sealed, and there's another one going into the aft module.
And how many of us are in there? 5?
5. Well, you're trying to get inside. So this is the first person in sees this.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's Graz who went in first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he probably
I don't think
dive
anyone
bombed
stopped.
through the door.
So which way are you gonna
Actually,
go?
Graz just
Well,
kind of
obviously,
floats
I'm
through the
going
windshield.
into the cockpit.
Okay, so you open the cockpit door, and because you're in a pressurized environment, the ship recognizes that you don't need to like pressurize or decontaminate. And you see what looks to be like a downscaled version of like a runabout's cockpit, sort of. It's got four console positions. You can see navigation is at the port side. For starboard side appears to be weapons. starboard console appears to be communications, and port console is sciences.
Alright, so I'm gonna sit in the navigation seat and just sort of like look around, get sort of used to the layout where everything is, and like just comparing it to what I've experienced and to what I'll need to like slightly change or like,
Okay.
as I sit down and not do anything yet.
So as you look at the console, there's two things you notice. One, you can tell Captain Paris was involved in this because there are also manual controls here with like a
There's a wheel.
yeah. There's a wheel on the ship. It doesn't appear to be the primary control interface. It looks like that's there for tactile control if you prefer it. There is also standard LCARS interface for driving. Kind of like if you want to play mouse and keyboard instead of with a wheel.
Come on.
I don't know. I'm sort of indecisive whether I want to go for the tactile or for the standard.
Roll.
But like,
Automatic or manual transmission?
yeah, that's sort of the thing. Like Raz would be like he's there. Like not just me, but Raz is like. Actually, he's gonna sit down after taking his moment. Sit down at the wheel.
Yeah, it's like, does it have a transmission though?
They all have like there is like a transmission and so forth, but it's like this is super advanced transmission. It's a future transmission.
Yeah, like,
So-
would it even have gears? Wouldn't it just like, go faster?
I mean, it's got like the 25th century equivalent. It does have a manual option, but it's all like buttons for the transmission if you do that.
It's just for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically I need to have the manual control because I'm trying to climb a mountain. That kind of deal.
And it's Paris.
Yes. So who's going in next? Well, Graz is going.
I'm just saying right now I will go in last. So
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
I'll
in.
go in next and just head back toward the mobile lab area.
Okay. So
Do I have a
As-
turret?
you do have a turret. You can see it at the top of. Yeah, you see it at the top of the thing there.
Yeah, I thought there's that turret.
Yeah. So just to be clear, it's kind of Elite Dangerous style, that turret. So like it slides out and pops out.
Ooh.
Yeah. We're still refining it a little, so this is obviously not the finalized design. But as the door opens and you go into the aft section, so immediately at the back there you see a very nice like mobile laboratory with some isolation labs. It looks you know what? I'm gonna have you do a insight science check to see how much you recognize it has at first.
Okay, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Insight science. Any of my focuses apply here?
Yes.
Figured, but
I'm not gonna specify which because many do. Okay, yeah, you get a point of momentum from that.
nice.
So basically, you see, oh my god, this ship can do. It's not going to be able to do like super advanced analysis like the full research lab on the Cassini, but this aft compartment has the equipment to basically be a mobile research lab, allow you to do preliminary studies and so forth, determine if things are hazards, etc. Whatever you need it to do. It looks like this was very much designed as, well, we'll be able to do research in the field, and then we don't have to worry about bringing potential contaminants up if something goes wrong.
right, you can just upload the data instead.
Exactly. It does also have, because the research module has decent medical equipment as well in here, you think that you could do probably emergency surgery. It
Use
won't
it
be,
as a sick bay if need be.
yeah. And in addition, you see two benches on either side right next to the door. You also see that there's a couple of replicator units, and that it appears that hanging from the ceiling in like kind of like old school cargo. What are those kind of cargo hammock things? I forget what they're called.
Like cargo nets.
Cargo nets, yeah. There's a couple of those that appear to have like portable cots. So like if the crew needs to be left on a planet because there's some crisis up in space, you guys have beds.
Nice, that's handy. Is there a containment field emitter in here as well?
Yes. It's
Awesome.
actually there's one close to the lab, and then there's another one next to the airlock, like in the airlock door.
Very useful.
So it's basically, if there's a contaminant back here, this unit can seal itself off.
Wow.
So who wants to go next? Does Talus want to go, or do you want to send Sahan in? Okay, Talus goes in. Which module is Talus going into?
The turret?
The turret isn't a module.
Okay, wherever it goes, pew pew.
That would probably be in the cockpit when you take a glance in
Okay.
and you're like, that's science. That's not my thing. You go into the cockpit and you look around and you're like, there is a tactical position next to Graz, and you load it up. And so here are the weapon armaments. There is 2 underside fixed phaser bolts. There's also the turret on top, and then the mission pod has its micro torpedo launcher, which is currently disabled. It looks like it's been disabled for testing purposes.
Right.
It's also got a full-scale shield generator built into it, as well as deflector capabilities. And this is, even though the picture doesn't show it, this is using the Type 7 skin in stow, so it's got that black armor in places. Yeah. Problem when things aren't quite finished yet and you have to debut it.
Ooh,
Tactically,
good
she's...
choice.
Yeah. Tactically, this ship is very rough and tumble.
It can handle itself in a fight. That's good.
It's at this moment that Sahen walks in, and he's like, technology in this thing is insane. This is amazing. And he walks over into the communications console, which also has like their engineering displays and so forth. He's like, Lieutenant, can you believe this? He's talking to Talus, because that's the position next to, on the same side as you.
Yeah, I see it.
Incredible. And he goes, this is interesting. Whoever designed this, there's an interface here for a shipboard computer interface, and it looks like Ariel has full compatibility.
Huh.
Hey.
Was Ariel on the crew the last time we were at Memory Alpha?
Ariel was built into the ship originally,
So that would
But-
be a yes.
but Starfleet didn't know about Ariel. Remember?
Don't!
That's what they told us.
Which means that either whoever did this either knew about Ariel ahead of time, covertly asked Memory Alpha to not say anything, or were involved in the creation of Ariel and also designed this.
Because it's like much too soon to have found out and made modifications to add something to it.
Exactly. This would have been like something in the base code.
Core
And this is what-
functionality.
Yeah, core functionality. It doesn't look like it. It's not on by default, so it doesn't look like they were prepared for Ariel, but the code is in there for interface with a shipboard AI.
Hmm.
And this is when Catheris enters the ship.
Okay, there's 2 things. How big is this? Like compared to a shuttle? Like smaller or bigger than a shuttle?
Hang on 1 second. I actually have an image that gives a good scale. I'm going to need a moment to upload it, though. So if you can all just hang on.
Please, if you don't mind.
I was just making.
No, he forgot. You started with the right thing, and then you went wrong.
Yeah, well, I don't really know it well enough to.
All right, where did I put you? Oh God, I just cleaned up my desktop, so
Did you-
naturally this is the.
Did you
It is
put
on the
Lady in the
MSD.
corner?
It is on the MSD, but I actually have a better. Version that actually shows it. Because I showed it off the other day to someone, and it gives actually a good sense of scale. I'm gonna put this into our Discord chat, and then you guys can just like, Baz, if you wouldn't mind, like posting this in post.
I can, yep, do that.
Okay,
Oh,
let
yeah.
me see.
So there you guys
Oh,
go.
Okay.
Oh, it's much smaller than a shuttle. Okay.
Well, no,
That's
it's
about the same size.
it's bigger than the Type 8s. So
Yeah.
Oh, right, that's the Delta Flyer. Never mind.
yeah, Delta Flyers are huge.
Yeah. They're designed to be long-range
Okay.
reconnaissance.
Yeah.
What would I need to do to make like a composure roll?
Like,
Uh,
yeah, Graz is not even trying to compose himself. He's like sort of fanboying a bit.
No, I mean
gonna-
more
it
in
would
terms of like keeping calm.
This would be, I would say, a control command.
Oh.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say you succeed. You succeed.
Reluctantly gets on the.
You're like, this is fine.
Stiff upper lip, Commander.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Untested technology, and I'm getting inside of it. I guess I take the last console that's available.
Yes, you take the last Well, no, because that console's the science console.
I
So-
go to take the last console, and I'm like, I don't know what any of this is, and I go to find a place to hang out.
Shall we
All right.
take this for a little test drive? And he's got like a wide, like almost like evil grin on as he says
Somebody
that.
just got a Nintendo 64 at Christmas.
Yep.
I guess we're gonna have to test the inertial dampeners at some point.
So, did Sarah fall asleep?
I was just about to ask. Oh no, not again.
So, technical difficulties aside, of which Sarah was definitely not asleep. That's not sarcastic.
She wasn't.
Amazingly. So, you guys ready to take her out?
Oh yes,
So-
I'm gonna start her up and
Okay.
and
So you start her up. The outer airlock's doors close.
Very slowly.
No, they actually close pretty fast.
No, very slowly, because then Cathari can just watch them close.
I'm just like,
This is
"Whoa."
Command override, slow doors.
and we just see their expression as the doors close.
She can't actually,
Or-
she doesn't see those doors close. From her.
Nah, I probably went to chill with Kagon in the science lab.
Okay,
Nice.
so you guys,
so
are you?
I would like there would be some kind of internal comms that would be able to get me to check in with the guys in the back. Are you guys all right? And you're fine if we take this out for a test?
Do we need to use the seat restraints, or are you going to take it easy on us?
I'm just gonna click.
Yes, there are seatbelts.
Yeah, seatbelts. I think
safety
might be-
is always advised.
Duly noted.
Kagan,
So that's
I'm going to have you make a roll for your seatbelt just to continue the tradition.
Commander, I guess the grand tour of the science lab in here will have to wait. Okay, what am I rolling?
Uh, let's go with fitness security.
Okay. Any focuses?
No,
Complication.
there is no.
Can I engage in melee combat with my seatbelt?
No,
You're going
It
to,
will
apparently.
it will win.
Yay!
Yay! Kagon straps in and doesn't get thrown out of his seat. All right.
I very slowly like walk him through it like a flight attendant.
It's
All
like,
right.
It's a seatbelt. How hard could it be? Click. I like a 6-point harness. Come on.
Meanwhile, up in the control room, Captain Harrison and Commander Romaine go through the total flight check procedures. You're sitting down with a nice open view of both. So basically, there's these. You got two windows. One's to your left that's facing out into the bay. The other facing out into the that you're currently sitting out, looking out over the wasteland of Memory Alpha. And Commander turns and goes, "The XG is cleared for launch."
Oh, I hope Lieutenant Graz. Sorry, I hope Lieutenant Graz enjoys himself out there.
Can you
And I
guys actually see is there a video link up or anything?
There's audio link up right now.
Okay.
I assume you can attach to your sensors at some point.
Yeah, you can. They can access it. They're not doing that right now.
Okay.
I'm taking a sip from a drink from a mug.
Okay.
All right.
Graz, do you want any music on the way out?
Oh.
I'll go ahead and
Computer,
roll
play
through it, hang
Danger
on.
Zone.
Danger Zone's not appropriate for a ground vehicle. If it's a
No, you
fighter.
need some Black Sabbath or something, man.
AC/DC.
No, I got it. You know
Beastie
what? You're-
Boys. Those
No,
three
no, no,
from
no, no.
Brooklyn.
DMX.
I've got it because Steppenwolf is canon. It's going to be Born to be Wild.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, fine, that'll do. Even though Graz is a
Actually,
fight
for legal
fighter by
purposes, is-
heart.
Born to be Wild. It is a satellite Born to be Wild. That is not. That is corporate. That is contractually distinct.
Yes. So, Graz, make a control con check.
Okay, with advantage.
That's-
Sorry, that's the wrong thing,
Focus.
but with focus.
Focus. Yes, focus. You're a pilot. You have a focus in this.
I have small craft piloting. It's basically that, and
With the redone version in the command book, it's now small craft and ground vehicles. So,
yeah.
It should be even easier because you only have 2 dimensions to worry about.
yes. And you succeed. And you just launch her out of that bay with take about I say 2 feet of air
Yeah,
as you hit the ground.
yeah, I wanted test her acceleration at this point.
Do you get that feeling where it's kind of like a pull,
Oh yeah,
right below your stomach?
it's like I want to get the same feeling as if I was in an airplane taking off.
Yep. And Catheris, please roll another composure check, because you are not expecting that.
I'm
Hey.
fine.
You're fine. This is fine.
You compose the hell out of that.
That's an extra momentum.
You did like it.
Commander Romaine.
Just very much no.
Tail gets bushy.
Claw marks in the in the armrests.
Hey, that's real leather in
The
there.
upholstery.
Is it Corinthian leather?
No, it's Caridian.
Well played, sir. Well played.
All right, so you just hear Commander Romaine kind of chuckle. He goes, all right. Have fun, you guys, but let's start with actually seeing how well she performs in the low gravity environment of the planet. So the planet has 0.7 Gs. Memory Alpha, the facility, has grav plating to help compensate for the rest of it.
Okay.
So-
Now that I got the initial adrenaline rush, I'm going to slow down a bit to a more normal.
Okay, so when you came out of there at that speed, you went about 60 kph.
Yep.
So
Oh, that's
you're
not bad.
yeah, you bring it back down to about 30 kph.
Make
You're
it
still
40.
getting used.
Make it 40.
Make it 40. 40. All right. So, well, I mean, you didn't have much time to accelerate. That's why it's only 60. So, I'm going to say that your first task is you have to reach a beacon. That is about, and I actually need to change soundtracks here because that's not appropriate soundtrack for this. We'll get some exploratory music going.
Nothing was even playing on my end.
Oh, yeah, because you got it closed off.
Nope. You just didn't have anything playing at the time.
No, I did. I had the Voyager Bridge
Okay,
playing.
so it's
Oh, okay.
So you got to reach a beacon that's about 2 kilometers away. This is going to be a speed test. And so this is going to be a series of rolls, basically. It's not quite an extended task, but I'm going to make it a series of rolls that you have to do. Basically, you have to do this difficulty. How fast do you want to do this is the question.
if it is a speed test, I'm gonna try and push the vehicle to its limits.
Okay, so then you're going to have to make another piloting check here. This is going to be a difficulty 4 test because you're pushing her to her limits.
Great.
Okay, I'm gonna spend the momentum.
You got
Feel
it.
And can I use float like a butterfly, sting like a bee as a determination?
No.
That was an emphatic no.
No.
Not only no, but hell no.
If you want to create a value for this, you may.
Okay, I'm going to do... Keep moving forward.
Okay. That works for me.
There's a cog.
Yep. So keep moving forward. And who wants to roll for the XG?
I'll do it.
Okay. So this is going to be, obviously it's like usual. This is going to be Structures Con.
Control. There we go. All right, let's do my roll.
And it's just 1 dice.
1 dice because it's an assist.
Okay.
Yeah. Roll.
Oh no.
No.
Okay, so as you just
Might have pushed it a little too hard.
you pushed it a little too hard. So you basically do the Starfleet. Which control method are you using? Manual or default?
I said I was using the manual, so I
Okay.
sort of
So,
skid it out. I think.
So what ended up happening is that you over accelerate, and the ship starts going, but then you hit a rock and you are launched into the air because of the lower gravity. And so you end up floating up to about 20 feet in the air. And you just hear there scoring, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? In the background.
Basically.
And,
When we cut to the control where I'm just going and taking a sip.
And Sahan's just like, he's trying rapidly to remodulate the shields, and he doesn't have enough time, and you hit, and you take 1 point of shield damage. And then you just skid to a skull.
My fault. Alright, we'll, won't go quite as fast. Maybe if in high gravity environments, that would have been fine.
Yeah, so just to be clear, you went about 180 kph.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that wasn't even her top speed, so...
Alright, so I will be going at a more moderate pace, so let's go back up to 60. Slowly.
Back up to 60. Okay, so I need you to roll again. This time it's going to be difficulty 1. And so you have 4 more turns to make the remaining 4 rolls.
And is the shuttle thing still assisting?
Yes, it always gets to assist.
Cool.
Okay, so I am rolling... I'm not going to roll... I'm just going to roll my 2. So that's... Yeah.
Should be sufficient.
Oh, yes, that is definitely sufficient.
Oh yeah, that is definitely sufficient.
Oh, yes!
So that's 5 momentum. You max out.
Damn.
So Graz finally gets his element. He does the cautious commute, and so you make to the first marker on the way to this buoy, and it's at the edge of a crater.
Oh, wait.
And-
I used my determination for that roll, so that would have been a success, because it would have been 5.
Oh, well, then you lose all these this momentum. So, okay, yes, you succeeded, and you get to this point, and so
No, he used his momentum on the last one.
Yeah.
that's what I said.
Oh yeah, okay, never mind.
So,
So you guys, no momentum. So you landed hard, but you landed hard at the edge of the crater where you needed to be, and you don't take the point of stress damage.
yeah, but I'm still
Alright.
going to dial it back down a bit.
Okay. Well, here's the next part. The next challenge is you have to get around this crater. If you go around the safe way, it's going to take 2 turns. However, if you were to say test the ship's minimal warp field generation capacities and take a running jump, you could do it in 1. If you take the running jump, it's a difficulty 3 task. If you go around, it'll be a difficulty 1.
Let's I'm gonna check in with the other guys. We can. What about using the warp field to lighten us up a bit?
Sahan goes, I can do it. It's not that hard. There's a pre-programmed algorithm in here.
You guys up for it?
No pun intended.
Pun definitely intended.
I'm totally ready.
Okay, yep. So I'm going. We did get 1 momentum because it was difficulty 2.
Yeah.
Difficulty 4.
Right.
Um,
Yep. So it's just up to Catheris as the commanding officer now.
I mean, we were told to test the ship's capabilities, and I guess this is part of it, but I don't like it. I'm just saying I don't like it.
Okay. So luckily for you, Sahen gets to assist on this one.
Okay, I will use a momentum anyway.
Okay. So bring it down to 1. And yes, the ship also assists. So I need to decide which I'm gonna. Okay. Yep. So
And it's still structure con.
yeah, still structure con. All right, and then. Ooh. Okay. This is gonna be fun.
Well, I've got the 3.
Yeah.
4.
And so Catheris gets you an extra momentum. So if you guys want to toss out that yeah, this is the time if you want to toss out that complication, you can.
Yeah, please, let's
Yep.
get rid of it.
Okay, so it's gone. So Fan has problems at first. Is like, oh, it's having a hard time charging up. Hang on, got it. And then Graz pedal to the metal, jumps off the lip of the crater. The warp bubble activates. You get about, I would say, about 1,000 feet in the air, and the ship coasts over and that's where from where you had started, because it was a nice ramp up, and that's from where it started. And the warp field adjusts itself to start putting downward force back onto you, and then artificially creating a gravity well to bring you guys back down, and you safely land, hitting the other lip of the crater and just coming right down it.
Talis has this grin on her face like she's riding a roller coaster.
Like my face hurts from smiling, but I don't care.
All right. So because you took the shortcut, you now have 3 turns to make 2 successful rolls of successes to make it to the next buoy.
Okay.
All right. He goes, you get a communication in from Memory Alpha, and they go, all right, just letting you know, this next stretch is full of lots of obstacles. We still got a time test on, but we want to see how agile he can get that thing going.
All right, so I'm going to probably slow down just a tad.
Okay. So
And-
if you're going to slow down, your difficulty will drop to 1, but it's going to take you 3 turns to get through this section
Ooh.
of the course. Yeah.
You know what? Let's just go for it.
All right. Same rolls.
Same roll.
It's difficulty 2.
I do not have
Oh, that's not bad.
a momentum, and I'm not buying one with threat.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you didn't need to.
But we still need the ship's roll, too. Which is
Nah.
fine. It's fine. You gain 1 momentum. And so Grass is just like weaving between these rocks that are like...
Is it? Do we get 1 or 2? Because you said it was a difficult.
Oh, yes, 2. Sorry. My mistake. I get confused easily.
Numbers are hard. It's okay.
Numbers are hard. So you guys are weaving through like this set of rocks that are like those rock formations that kids on Earth think are like remind them of alien worlds. Those kind of formations. So
I know what
you,
you're talking about.
huh?
So I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of them either, but
Yeah. Just wind and water. Doing what they do to rocks.
Oh, what
Normally,
the mesas?
Yes.
Yeah.
The mini mesas, so like spires. So you navigate through them. They're pretty dense, but you make it to the next marker, and you get nicely done. You did that in record time. All right, you got 1 last stretch to go, and this is going to be an all-and-out last speed test.
So it's just flat from here on out.
It's flat, besides the occasional rock or so forth that you'll have to dodge on. But you can see the beacon ahead, about a quarter of a kilometer away.
All right, let's do this flat out.
Okay. So, difficulty 2. Roll it.
I'm gonna take a momentum just to
Be on the safe side.
just
Okay.
be on the safe side,
Roller.
and it's rolling.
And you make it. Nicely done, guys.
Yeah, I think I needed that extra dice.
Yeah, you did. So, you get there. And there's this beacon. And he gets back to Memory Alpha. He goes, "Nicely done, team. You've made it there faster than the Pathfinder's crew did."
Congratulations.
All right. Time to start testing her scientific capabilities. There is a rock formation about half a click to your east. We want you to do a basic, short-range geologic scan of it.
all right, let's see what this science suite can do.
That's medium range. You have to drive over there really fast. So 1 more roll from Graz, difficulty 1.
So is Kagon still in the back, or is he now up in the front?
He was still in the back.
He's still in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, but the science lab is back here too. So
But
So
the sensors are up front.
that's why
Fair
I was
enough.
asking.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear just to make sure that we get to the right spot or whatever? I know.
They download.
yeah, that sounds.
They'd sent you like coordinates and so
Oh,
forth.
okay.
Like this is a pre-made map for you guys. Like this isn't like they're not gonna make you do a survey like that yet. Because if you got to this point and your sensors were malfunctioning, they'd be like, "Okay, come back."
All right. Well,
Right.
I am going to do my last roll with taking the last momentum.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Holy! 4 momentum gained.
And you can take momentum anytime you want to, Bass.
Right?
All right, so you floor it and you make it there in like just not even a minute.
Yeah, I've totally got the hang of this thing down now.
You got her down.
Yeah.
You got her down. And so you arrive at this fairly decent sized mesa that looks visually to be minerally rich in something.
Okay. Well, let's see if the sensors corroborate the visual readings.
Well, Kagon unbuckles, comes to the front
Yep.
compartment, gets into the
Rebuckles.
chair. All right. So usual reason science for Kagon.
Yep.
Gonna be sensor science for the Red Hawk. So
Got it.
And geology and planetary surveys focus.
yep.
Okay. Now there's 1 and 2.
You succeed. So you're able to get good readings. It appears to be rich with palladium, platinum, lead, magnesium, and a couple of other minerals like silicon and so forth, and elements of minerals that are really in demand. It looks, and you very quickly realize, oh, the Memory Alpha scientists have been mining this thing for years, and it's probably got another 50 years or so before it's exhausted. And
So
that data
looks like our sensor suite is operating nicely.
that data is sent back to Memory Alpha. Romain goes, yes, it is. I am corroborating all of your data. All right. Well, we can't do a proper combat test since we have so few assets to spare following the war. We're instead going to test your weapons in a little mining test.
Mining. All right.
Commander Kagon, I would like you to lock on to the palladium deposits at coordinates 218 Mark III.
Okay, locking on. Is that another reason science?
Reason science difficulty 1.
Okay,
All right.
got it.
Got it, and got a momentum.
Does the ship also roll, or is this just Kagon?
This is just Kagon. This is you don't need it. You don't need it in this case. Normally you would, but this is just Kagon's so good. Kagon is so good he does it manually. So he goes, we would like you to mine out a core sample using your phaser turret let's go for about a 1 meter deep by half a meter wide by half a meter in the final dimension.
Okay.
Talus, that's going to be up to you. I am expending I'm spending my 2 threat to expand your complication range by 2.
Oh boy.
So it's up to 3?
Yeah, it's up to 3.
Okay.
Can I assist with Talus's roll?
The only thing that can assist is the Red Hawk.
Okay.
And it is weapon,
I'm gonna
Yes.
buy momentum then. Woo.
Okay. Spend a moment.
weapons science? I don't know.
Weapon security, typically.
Yeah, it's weapon security. It's going to be, this is basically, and the ship only gets to have 1. Oh, wait. Complication is 3, yes. Task roll is 1 for the ship. It's difficulty is going to be 3 because it's a very precise cut you have to make.
Okay.
You got it.
You got it.
Advanced Federation weapons training focus apply.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
You're good at being precise.
Okay. So, control security.
I believe that's what it is for
Yep.
space weapons, isn't it?
It is.
Yep.
Yep. So
Okay.
control security.
Buy it out.
But you succeeded.
Well, does Talus have cautious?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can buy it out with momentum, though, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can toss
That's
that
all.
to eliminate the complication. You can spend momentum.
If y'all are cool with that, sure.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you kill it. You're like, oh, drifting. And you get it back on. You make a nice clean cut. A little not so clean on one side, but you get a core sample of the appropriate dimensions. What's the rule for tractor beams? I forget off the top of my head.
It is control security for the main, but structure weapons, I think.
Okay. So there is a small tractor beam. It can't really do anything tactically, but you can retrieve core samples with it.
Cool.
So make that roll. Difficulty is going to be 1.
Who's making it?
Well, it's security officer,
Alice,
and
I
then
assume.
Talus, and then Catheris gets to assist on the ship, since that's what you've been doing.
Okay.
Nice. And it's structure security for this?
Yes.
See. Yeah. Boom.
Boom. Yeah.
Nah.
That's fine. Talus did it all on their own. Just expertly pulls that core sample out and then brings it to the ground next to the ship. And Memory Alpha gets online. All right, who's going on for the EVA to retrieve that?
I'll go.
I'll go.
Or Keegan can go. That works too.
Or both of us could go. Two's always better than one.
And there are multiple EVA suits.
It is a large chunk of rock. There's going to be multiple people required for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Assist me?
So how many people can assist?
I'm going to say that 2 people can carry this in. Particularly if they're Kagon and Talus. Like, that's a lot of heavy lifting. All right. So you guys run into the back. You grab your EVA suits. You put them on. And go into the airlock. You seal the inner airlock doors. And then you decompressurizes. And then you open the port side outer airlock door. And so you guys are going to run out and grab it. I'm going to say it's fitness security to carry this thing in.
I
Okay.
should have gone. I'm sorry, Kate.
This is a difficulty 1. So
That's not.
Then
yeah,
never
we're
mind.
good.
You got it.
But I will let Talus take the lead for sure.
Yes.
This is science fitness.
Yes. I don't think
You
anybody
said fitness security on this, right?
fitness security.
Yeah.
And no, probably not a focus that applies
Nope.
here.
No.
but-
But
Hey.
yeah, you didn't need it. You
True
maxed out
enough.
on momentum. Okay, so you bring the chunk in, and outer airlock door seal, decontamination process happens, and the room gets repressurized, and you bring it into the aft compartment and put it up on the table in the science lab.
Woo.
All right. Kagon, we'd like to see an analysis of the purity of that palladium deposit.
All right, I'll get to work.
So here's how this is going to work, because this is primarily a test of the ship's systems. We do not want you to engage in any of we want you to simply have the computer do it. So in other words, Kagon isn't rolling. The ship is going
Okay.
to roll.
I will let. If you want to, you can roll for the ship this time.
Can we activate the
Sure, I'll do that.
connection to Ariel?
You may. However, you're going to have Centurion Sehen do it.
Well, let's have him do that, and then Ariel can assist with or
Okay.
Ariel can do the primary role, and the ship can assist.
All right. And Sehen Saheeds, but with a complication. I'm going to say that complication is it alerts Memory Alpha that happened.
Great.
Okay.
And Commander Romaine looks over to Captain Harrison. Why did your crew just activate the AI interlink on the ship?
Accident.
This is to Captain Harrison.
Oh,
Sorry,
my
say that
mistake.
again.
Commander Romaine just turned to you because your crew turned on the link to Ariel and went, "Why did your ship activate the AI interlink?"
I'm not entirely sure. Captain to the shuttlecraft, what's going on over there?
Science.
Does science require an interlink with aerial systems?
And Romaine immediately raises her eyebrows.
It's classified. No, it's not actually. I will explain in a moment.
The
We thought it might assist.
Perhaps let's let one of us know beforehand.
Whatever.
It would be an issue, Captain. My apologies.
Well, we may as well test it out if there's an AI on board your ship. Go for it.
Sorry about that, Commander.
Just warn me next time. Although I'm starting to understand why the Doctor included this functionality.
Yeah, it is a curious addition.
Are we hearing this, by the way? Like this conversation between the two?
Yeah, it's open comm channels.
Doctor?
So Ariel is now active and online and interlinked, but the ship gets to make the primary roll
Okay. So
With
that
one-
is
With one die?
pagans.
with one die.
Okay.
So
What,
sensor science.
Sensor science it is. Does this +1 to science and medicine make it effectively a 3?
That's already
science?
that's already
Oh,
included.
it's already in there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just putting it in there for reference for you guys to understand where that's coming
oh yeah,
Crit.
from.
Crit.
Oh hell yeah!
Nice.
All right, well that's double crits at maximum momentum. So you've got 3 extra questions you get to ask about this.
Wah. Oh, I have
The,
questions, but they're not related to the rock.
These questions can, yeah. So the rock is an abnormally pure chunk of palladium, about you'd say 75% of palladium, and then the rest is various other minerals, impurities, and so forth.
Mhm.
Anything else is going to be further questions.
Well, I'd be interested to hear Bookwormy's question because
Oh no, I just mean I have
Oh.
questions about the
About things that
ship
are
in
not-
general.
yeah.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
question would be, given the purity of this deposit, is there anything to indicate that it was artificially placed?
That's a good question.
Yes. Yes, this was obviously artificially placed. Would you like to
What?
know more?
But by the Memory Alpha team, or is there an indication that the planet itself was artificially enriched?
Planted by the Memory Alpha team.
Okay.
It's for testing.
Yes.
It's for science.
Yes, this is literally was placed here. This was replicated with an industrial replicator so that you guys could test this. Like
Okay.
they placed like 4 or 5 industrial replicators and had them project out and create this artificial mesa. All right.
I don't have any other questions. Yeah.
That's a big chunk of rock.
Mm-hmm. It's a very big chunk of rock. They really wanted to make this is like serious testing for this ship. And Commander Romaine goes, "All right, that's all we needed to see. You guys are welcome to return to the hangar deck."
Thank God.
All right,
Yeah.
Graz, one more roll.
I'm tempted just to go really, really slowly to annoy.
I mean, you can.
Commander,
It might
have
be
you said what our
too
top
much.
speed is yet?
The top speed on it is rough. Should be around 500 kph in low gravity environments.
Around.
Around.
Can you bring up
It'll-
a map? Can you map of the local topography?
Yeah. So you get a map, and it's basically the area around it it's largely a Martian-like environment, except
I'm
no
look-
atmosphere.
I'm looking for the longest, flattest stretch of land.
Why do you hate me?
There's one leading right back to the hangar, like they expected this.
Hey, Lieutenant Graz, can you do me a favor and head over to these coordinates that I'm sending over?
I take a moment to look, and then I say,
And you see it.
you
see-
yeah. Buckle up.
Okay, you.
And I'm gonna
All
do
right,
the
make
roll.
the difficulty 3 because even though it's a long stretch, things can go wrong at those kind of velocities.
Okay.
Oh no, we haven't gotten there yet. I just wanted to get to there. Like, what's
Oh,
his
that's
his
very
position?
close. It's close enough that I'm going to say it's going to be included in the same roll.
Okay, I'm
Once he's in
going.
position, I'm going to ask him to go to a dead stop.
Okay. So you get there, dead stop.
All right. And I'm gonna just rev the engine a bit without, engaging because I've got manual control.
Lieutenant Graz,
Yes, sir.
open her up.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Roll it.
I'm gonna
Alex is
take.
like, oh yeah.
Take 3 momentum.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 2 dice.
We don't want complications, but
Okay.
take 3 momentum.
Okay, 3 momentum taken. ship gets
so
to
that's
assist.
4 dice, and
Better assist.
Yep,
with-
ship assist.
with focus, and let's do this.
Yep, structure con. And then I'm also going to need Catheris to make a composure
Oh
check.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, ship roll.
Oh damn.
All the successes.
I think Hagon's rolling for the ship.
I can do that. What am I rolling? Structure con?
Structure con.
Oh, back up to maximum.
Yep.
Oh!
And Catheris does not.
No, don't even bother. I want that complication in there.
I want that complication in there. Because not only did Catheris totally fail that roll, here's how it's going to go. Catheris pees herself a little. As the ship
Oh,
accelerates up to about 400 kph until it reaches the halfway point, and Grass is like, "Oh, I gotta start slowing down." And tail pushes out, her ears like bend downward, starts cradling. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Why do you hate me so much?
Oh my gosh.
It would be like that thing, like when cats they do the thing where they sprawl out with all of their claws when they want to hold on to something. That's
Yeah.
basically what's happening.
So keys and claws go right into the upholstery.
Commander, do you require a sedative?
In fact, it's all fine. It's fine.
Your body language is saying it's very
In
much
fact,
not fine.
I just want off of this vehicle.
And it's at that moment you hear the bump of entering the hangar ramp and into the hangar. And Graz, with that many successes, I'm gonna say you do a donut, and it actually, with the forward momentum, you turn the flight assist off, and it lands perfectly in its dock backwards.
Yes.
Like a glove.
Like a bow.
Oh, that was fun.
Cassini gets. it
I'm
done.
fucking off as soon as I can be. Bye.
I high five Graz. Like high five.
Yeah, I've got to reach up a bit higher.
That's pretty impressive. Commander Catheris just teleported through the windshield.
There's windows in the aft compartment.
Just, like there's not even glass, just
Like not even beaming, just spontaneous teleportation.
Quantum
The
tunneling.
flash just.
Catheris unbuckles through the airlock so fast. You've never seen a cat move that fast.
Oh, they wrinkled. That's what happened.
Yeah, they tessered.
Tesseract.
And Catheris runs up into the control room with an obvious pee stain on their uniform.
I imagine they go to the restroom first.
no, just runs, just right to A, recompose themselves, and B, just I'm not dealing with any of you people right now.
Harrison, this image is priceless. And so the rest of the crew disembarks.
I had no idea that Catheris wasn't taking this well.
They hit it fairly well.
Point of note. Catheris is also claustrophobic.
Which I also had no idea.
They hide it very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so like Raz is just as like a smile big to ear. He's just like, yeah, he's just like slowly walking, trying to take in everything. Like,
Yeah.
Well, Captain, does the vehicle meet with your approval?
I look forward to using her on the way mission. Well, not myself, but
Would you like her to be beamed up, or would you like to land the Cassini and let Lieutenant Graz have one more joyride with her?
I would be a very good opportunity to test docking procedures.
Very well. Send flight trajectory requests over to the Cassini so that they could dock properly. And Cassini starts making her descent down. And Captain Harrison, I believe you wanted to have a scene with the commander privately.
A couple things, actually, yeah.
Okay,
Cool. Cool.
Yep. So you guys, as everyone walks away, you are in the corridor when you pull aside the commander. There's no one else there.
Recomposed and clean. Thank you.
No, I mean, Commander, the station.
Oh,
Yeah,
the other
Romaine.
station. Okay.
Other
Romaine,
commander.
like the letter.
Too many commanders.
Yes. Commander Romaine, the commanding officer of Memory Alpha.
Commander Iceberg. No. Yeah, no, I don't say that. Commander Romaine, a moment of your time.
Yes, Captain. What can I help you with?
I just wanted to ask you, when was the last we've been looking through the some of the Cassini's logs and files. When was the last time you got any information or updates on the USS Pioneer?
Pioneer?
Mhm.
I haven't heard about the Pioneer in a long time. She wasn't one of the Pathfinder classes that was assigned. I don't remember. Something happened. I don't remember what.
All right. Just curious. Some of our records are still incomplete, so.
Understandable. If you'd like, you can try and see what of our records are available.
I'd appreciate that.
Certainly, I'll upload them to the Cassini.
If I could have that in a separate data module, I'd appreciate that as well.
Asking for a lot of data modules. Can I ask if this is on the record, Captain?
Just doing a little bit of private research.
You need to roll for that.
Bring it.
I
I almost certainly
it's
have a
so
focus.
easy. I mean, I honestly, you could have just been like, well, with everything that's happened, we're concerned about our ship getting files corrupted. But no, it's fine.
Yeah, so,
I made my choice. What am I rolling?
Insight security, I'm not allowing. I'm going to say that Commander Romaine's focus counteracts yours. So,
All right, well, I'm going to take 3 dice.
okay, and I am taking 3 dice. So,
how are you taking 3 dice?
Momentum.
threat.
You gave
I
yourself threat.
I can use threat. I can create threat. As
Yeah, and he
this
can get threat from he can get dice from bold with threat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And I am generating threat for this because this is something that just generated threat and
Alrighty.
immediately turning it into Romaine. So,
Hey, now would be a time for a value.
I'd already used my determination.
yep, you can't use it.
Damn it.
All right, roll, Captain.
Alrighty. Hang on. There we go. And no focuses, right?
No focuses.
All right.
What about? Oh yeah, no, never mind.
Oh, match, but she had a complication.
Yep. So I'm gonna say you gain a momentum from that complication.
Okay.
So Romaine goes, well, I guess I don't have any reason to trust you. You've always been very straightforward with me. Well, to be honest, Captain, I haven't heard anything about the Pioneer since the war ended. then again, I haven't heard much about most of the ships since the war ended. And if you need the information, I'll give it to you.
I appreciate that, Commander.
Well, I just want to say I appreciate for everything you did during the war.
A shame I can't remember most of it.
That may have been for the best. Being behind enemy lines like that is never easy.
Grass is always greener.
Ask her questions, yo. This is like clearly a damn moment.
I pushed my luck enough. Holy shit.
Yeah, he really did.
That's fair.
You do not get this far in intelligence by taking, stupid risks.
That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, no, yeah.
So
Thank you, Commander.
thank you.
Oh,
Cap.
actually, I did want to ask, were you personally acquainted with the previous captain of the Cassini?
Oh, not really. I mean, when you guys were here last, he always preferred to send you and Commander Catheris down. He always said that you were the best officers for any situation that needed boots on the ground.
I just been trying to get a read on the man. Most of our personal records were corrupted, and it's been difficult in finding people he's had any sort of personal connection with.
What I can tell you is he was very distant. He didn't make friends.
I'm a horrible person because I completely forgot about the previous captain.
Even Eric Krokra?
Forgot the 6-foot-tall bird man.
or something.
He was a 6-foot-tall bird body, right? Like in the first minute of the pilot.
He had a life before that.
After that.
She goes, "Look, I don't know what's going on. I do know Starfleet's being cagey. When I asked about you guys coming down here, but that doesn't affect the fact that you're Starfleet officers and you deserve to know anything. But I don't know much."
I appreciate your candor anyway, Commander Romaine.
I hope you do, because I want you to realize that you're probably about to not get any. Because here's your next set of orders. You need to return to Earth space dock.
All right.
Admiral Quinn would like to talk with you and Commander Catheris.
Can I come in towards the tail end of their conversation?
Sure.
I wait till they're done talking.
Well, I guess it'll be good back to...
Sorry, I didn't catch the last half of that sentence.
I said, I guess it'll be good to get back to Earth in a quizzical tone.
If my records remind me, I believe you're from Alpha Centauri.
Me? Oh, I'm from Earth.
That's not what my record said. That's weird.
Looks like everyone has conflicting records.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I just
good to know.
come up while they're talking.
Okay.
Recomposed and everything.
You know, it's funny because you both are from the same town, apparently.
Hmm?
Your records, you're both from Alpha Centauri.
Oh, what town would that be?
I
Yeah,
can't
a lot of
remember
our files got corrupted, so
I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll send the new ones up to you.
thank you.
And I'm gonna let actually Adcon, because he's doing Alpha Centauri for Ted, so you get to come up with a name.
Ooh, oof.
You think I have a I
I got a
question.
name.
Yeah,
Davenport.
you'll come up with one. We'll do it another time.
Davenport.
Davenport,
Oh,
okay.
my god.
There's actually
Okay.
a town in Australia called that, which is interesting.
Also a town in Iowa. Isn't that where Jim Kirk was born?
Yeah.
I
No,
thought
wait,
Jim-
no,
no, he
Riverside.
was born in Minnesota, wasn't it? No, Montana.
No,
Iowa.
He's from Iowa, and he's
Oh,
from
okay.
Riverside, Iowa.
Which is, I always thought that was like a description of where he was from, not an
It's an
actual
actual
town
town.
name.
It's an
Yeah,
actual town. They've got an actual thing on there saying future home of James T. Kirk on it.
they got super pissed when the primetime link came out.
Yeah. Which then
Um,
they were like, oh wait, no, it's still Riverside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Commander, I just have a question.
yes.
You mentioned earlier that a doctor had been insistent about the AI information?
Can I get you to please rephrase that question because I did not grasp it first.
The commander had said something about there being a doctor or like the doctor or something in terms of like the AI.
Oh yes. The specialist who came to visit to help design the XG. Yeah, no. He was a guest doctor from the Daystrom Institute, a brilliant expert in AI. Used to be a Starfleet officer many years ago.
You happen to have a name?
Yeah, Dr. Mizaka.
Excuse me while I throw myself out of a fucking window.
What? You were surprised that the ground vehicle with an AI connection did not come from him?
I have no idea who that is.
In character, you have no idea who that is.
Yep. That's interesting. Do you have any
Now to
like a
plot,
profile or something?
now to plot how to kill Mzaka and make this all non-canon.
No.
No, you don't. No.
I
No.
was joking. I'm maybe gonna kill him.
Next
kill
episode of
everyone off.
Valkyrie Fight, Mizaka quits.
Do you have a personnel file for this doctor, engineer?
He was an engineer long ago, but none of his internal Starfleet documents are going to be up to date. Left Starfleet in not exactly a great place. Complaints about treating of AI sentience.
Why does that not surprise me?
Well, if you have an AI on board, you don't need to know how hard it is for many of us to trust them.
No, trust has never been an issue with Ariel.
It's an interesting situation.
To be sure, there's debates about what do you do with an AI on board a starship. For that matter, what do you do about the starship? I mean, that's obviously part of who they are. What do you deal with property rights in that case, for instance? There's many.
Property rights? What is this? The 21st century?
Well, the ship belongs to Starfleet. So what do you do? Do you consider the ship Starfleet, or do you consider the ship the AI's?
Well, the ship is the AI's body. They're inseparable.
That's the problem.
Not entirely.
Well, it's a problem for the lawyers, and not one that I'm particularly interested in getting down to.
Me
Me
Ariel's been
neither.
a fine Starfleet officer as of yet.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Honestly, if this AI is working out so well for you, I really hope that it continues to do so.
Yes, I imagine this Dr. Zaka? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Dr. Spock, well, I'm sure he'd very much like to meet Ariel.
I'm sure he would. Well, I'm not going to keep you. I've got about a dozen research assignments I have to get to.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we look forward to testing in our new vehicle in more unexpected circumstances.
Understand?
You can enjoy testing out that vehicle.
Have safe journeys, you two.
Thank you, Commander.
So, our executive officer has privately messaged and said that they'd like to have a scene with our captain on board having a drink.
Yeah.
So, where do you guys like to have that?
I guess the ready room or
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, private. I don't know. Like if there's a place that we can just talk privately, basically.
Well, since you're drinking, the ready room isn't quite the right place. So let's say you're having this in Captain Harrison's quarters.
Sure.
Sure.
All right. So you guys walk into about a few hours later. You're back in space, and you're starting to make your way towards Earth space dock. Kagon is in command of the ship, and you guys are having a drink in Captain Harrison's quarters. Mind describing it to Catheris as they walk in?
Captain Harrison wasn't quite expecting guests, but it's full of a bunch of finished and unfinished projects. There's a little bit of a Romulan calligraphy set. There's an unfinished ship in a bottle. There's a Rubik's cube that is solved.
Nice.
Yeah. There's a card tower that's kind of in the process. Just
Must resist Earth.
To knock it
Catheris just
down.
goes around, starts smacking things off of tables.
No.
Just a series of attempted hobbies that were picked up and then put back down.
Anything of
Seems-
note that would be blatantly obvious?
Possibly, I could be forgetting.
Okay. Well, you guys run the scene.
Okay. So I guess once we have our drinks and we're sitting down,
What did you pick up to drink?
whiskey.
I'm having tea.
I just keep thinking about how apparently Ariel is meant to be a secret, and yet R&D knew about it somehow. And I'm getting very tired of these circles that we're running in.
What occurs to me is that the creator of Ario was extensively involved in the creation of the USS Cassini, if not the Pathfinder class in general.
And now this new shuttlecraft vehicle thing.
It's not a shuttlecraft, so please stop calling it that.
To be fair, we could have been fully briefed on that. We could have
No.
been fully briefed on that vehicle and then just completely, forgot about it. Although I imagine that wouldn't that have turned up during ship inventory?
So the thing that did turn up in the ship inventory when you guys did it was that you had a modular mission bay that was equipped for something, but any data associated with that was corrupt, and that is in fact the XG's bay.
But no one went in there and took a look.
They physically went in there and there was a docking port, but no one knew what it was for.
Okay.
It's kind of like you walk into a room that's got all this equipment, but there's no context.
Okay.
And now apparently we're both from Alpha Centauri.
So we're being told. Is it?
And I'm gonna start working on this corrupted file as soon as I have a chance. But I'm just
I actually managed to get some data. Remember when we asked about our last visit to Alpha Centauri? Commander Romaine provided me with some recordings.
to Memory Alpha, you mean?
Yes.
Should we look them over?
No time like the present. Ariel, actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull up our what do they call it again? Data section.
So you actually got you actually have the isolinear chip with you.
I know, but I want to pull it up on the secure the private section of our
So your
shipwide
private
server.
So your private personal terminal that's completely isolated from the system.
Exactly.
So you plug it in, and there's two data files. One appears to be it's your personnel records again. It looks like the classification is fleet wide.
Okay. This might be weird, but let's see what it says.
It's same thing that is read in your normal version. whoever this classification is fleet wide. They figured you might come looking for it at another
But-
space.
But Harrison, as far as he knows from another document, is from Earth.
Yes, but this one says Alpha Centauri.
Any other file?
And I was born on Kate, wasn't I?
You were born on Kate. You may not be from Kate, though. Remember, people can be born somewhere and live somewhere else.
That's true.
So, but besides that, there are no other real discrepancies.
That doesn't mean much.
Doesn't.
Let's check this video clip.
All right, and so it's security footage of you got. It literally is you guys in that hangar deck, reviewing it. There is immediately one big difference. The way you two carry yourselves now is very different than how you carried yourselves then. If you thought Harrison had to stick up his ass now, wow.
Okay.
Like this, you two are walking like it would be virtually a march. You are walking completely synchronized next to each other. And following behind is Kagon, who's kind of holding himself in a more serious pose too, but it's not in the same way. You're wondering maybe that could be like a Klingon cultural thing or something, because you've read that they have this honor code. Maybe he's carrying himself in format that's appropriate to that. And then behind that, you actually see Sehen and Kashima, and they are, it's like, look, they are like not even looking at each other. They're like trying to avoid looking at each other almost.
What?
Yeah. And so you two come at the bottom room, you speak to Commander Romaine, and the tone of your voice is very different. And you hear the other version of Harrison going, Commander Romaine, it's nice to see you. Thank you very much for providing this vehicle for us. I'm aware that it's not quite ready for deployment, but we would like to begin the installing of the modular mission bay onto the Cassini immediately.
Like monotone.
Not monotone, but incredibly serious. Like all business, no fun.
I'm just
And-
staring at this alien,
Yeah.
like this alien expression on my
He's
face.
like staring at it like, that's not me.
I want you to roll an insight security, both of you.
Oh God.
Burn some momentum.
Do we have focuses that apply?
Yeah. You only
Okay.
have one momentum though, so
You go ahead and take it if you want it.
Okay, I'll take it for cautious.
okay. Roll.
Oh, inside security? I'll give you a
Inside
threat.
Okay.
Would my constantly watching
Yes.
thing come into play? Okay.
Yes.
Oh wait,
Absolutely,
would I
yes.
have to give you two threat? Because they're taking one momentum.
Memento. Yeah.
They're different roles, though.
They're different rolls.
Okay, that's fine then.
You're both taking 2 full rolls.
Okay. Sorry, so would my keen hearing also play into this?
No. I'm not
It's
gonna
Okay,
Visual,
so it's just my
yeah.
constantly watching.
No, there's
Okay.
audio, but it's not gonna be that kind of audio thing. Like anything that's
Okay,
audio
okay.
will be obvious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I know what the difficulty is for this?
You know what? It's difficulty 1.
Well, then we're fine.
Doubt, but okay.
You say that now.
Oh,
We're fine.
Yeah, you're
We are
Yeah.
absolutely fine.
holy
Okay.
shit. I'm trying to that's what, maxed out on momentum?
Yes.
Plus 1?
And my difficulty is apparently reduced by 1 because of the constantly watching or whatever. So
5, 4. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So, as stiff as Harrison is, what catches you guys almost immediately as intelligence officers, this version of Catheris is even stiffer than Harrison is in that video. When she starts to open her mouth to speak, it's a very quick, very short, like, thank you for your time, Commander Romaine. It's not, the amount of emotion I'm putting into it is more than she put into it. Catheris is almost robotic sounding. like completely emotionless. There are Vulcans who are more emotional than this. Androids are more emotional than this almost.
I'm just like staring at it.
Ditto.
Yeah, you also notice that like she barely blinks.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, it's like it's deliberately unnerving.
I can't help but look over to the commander at that moment.
Commander is blinking, breathing, acting like a normal person.
What is happening?
What happened to us?
Apparently, oh no. Apparently,
Sarah fell asleep.
Sarah fell asleep.
It's okay, we're almost done again, I think.
Yeah,
this is last-
apparently this mind wipe did more than anyone could have expected.
We don't tell the crew about this.
No, agreed.
Not yet. Not until we have more information.
I don't know. It's I don't like it.
Me neither. I don't like they're keeping all this from us.
Yeah.
We might be able to learn more once we speak to this doctor, Zerka.
Purposely getting it more and more wrong every single time.
Dr. Bazinga? What?
I'm just waiting. She goes, you must be Dr. Jacket.
Dr. Medusa. Nice to meet you.
That will be beneficial. I'd also didn't the commander say, or I may have overheard you mention something about this other ship concerning this other Captain Harrison.
I asked about the Pioneer. Apparently there hadn't been information about it in months. Yeah.
I just drained the rest of my drink.
I think we're going to need some time alone, Commander.
Yeah. If you need me, you know how to get to me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Captain.
And as soon as she leaves,
Mm-hmm.
I set up my console.
Mhm.
I open up an open communication channel to just like the Open Communication Starfleet, or even Open Federation Network.
Uh-huh.
And I type in D. I want to talk. H. And then I delete the message. No, I send it anonymously.
Okay.
You son of a bitch.
You actually want to talk with the...
I have no idea who you're talking about.
And I'm going to say that we're not done with the scene because immediately
Oh man.
you get a code 47 response.
I open it up.
And so, hang on, I have to go pull this thing out really quick. But Drake appears on your screen.
Drake.
Harrison, wasn't expecting to hear from you. Have your memories returned?
No, and I don't think they ever will. I'd apologize about punching you in the face, but I really wanted to.
Not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah. I need your help.
Now there is an unexpected statement from you, given a recent situation. You realize that if you do this, it's a one-way street.
Two-way street.
Yeah.
They like help each other, quid pro quo kind of situation.
No, it means he. No.
Oh,
You're
you can't
in,
go
you're
back.
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're in. You're in.
We need information. We're not getting it from official channels, unofficial channels, and I can't do this on my own. I'm in.
I'm glad to have you back.
We'll see where this goes.
I'll be honest, Captain. I was afraid that you wouldn't. You want some information? I can get it to you. But I'm going to just tell you something right now. What we were before this. You were my protege.
All right.
And I have known you since you were in high school.
All right.
What do you want to know?
And let's leave it there.
Okay. Yep, we'll leave it there.
Where's his wife, you son of a bitch?
There is a lot of questions that I'm going to ask, and we'll how much he's willing to answer.
We'll see next week.
Also, I will say that when I left, instead of going straight to my quarters, I went to see Catherine.
Oh, okay. You know what? We're going to have to roleplay that right now.
Oh no, I don't want to keep everyone up. That's
If everyone else wants to go to bed, go to bed. Because I don't think
I'm
we're
good.
going to have... You're good?
Yeah, well, it's like
I'm eating virtual popcorn over here.
Okay.
it's in the afternoon for me, so yeah, no problem
Okay.
at all.
All right, so Commander Catharis, as you walk into the quarters of Kathleen Duong, of which I do not have a visual novel avatar for her right now, so I'll have to do that later.
that's fine.
And she goes, Commander, wasn't expecting you.
I wasn't really expecting to be here, but today has put some things in perspective.
Okay, what's going on?
You said you were going to do some digging before.
Yes, of course.
Did you find anything interesting?
Only the amount of road blocks that have propped up.
Just kind of tap my arm, or my hand on my arm. I don't know how much you've been kept in the loop in the recent situations regarding Frosta Prime.
A lot of it was classified. All I know is that the Patriarch was on board. There was an incident. You were kidnapped?
I wasn't sure if you heard about that part. Yeah.
That got
that
around on
was,
scuttlebutt. I'm aware that I'm not supposed to report that.
yeah, please don't. But apparently, my father is an admiral.
That would explain a lot. And she rushes over to her computer terminal and starts loading things up.
Also, I have a name I'd like you to look up.
Yes, go ahead.
It's a ship.
A
The
ship.
Pioneer.
There's been a lot of ships called the Pioneer. Do you have a class?
It's also a Pathfinder. And I also give the NCC number.
Okay. So as soon as she gets into the computer database for the Federation, roadblocks. Same issue you guys were having. She goes, well, I can't get anything in the Federation database. It doesn't look like there's anything more than 2 months ago. Let me pull up my private database. And she pulls it up. She goes, I found it. Says the ship is no longer on active duty.
Does it say what happened to it?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Commander, it was at the Battle of the Sphere.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
Yeah, I just kind of like do like the middle distance kind of like stare,
Mm-hmm.
and I just nod. Like I don't say anything. I just nod.
It says that there were about a couple dozen survivors found.
Names?
None available. It doesn't look like they were made public.
Does it say who the commanding officer of the ship was?
Looks like a Captain Linda Harrison.
And I just look at her.
I'll look into this. This is bloody peculiar.
This stays in this room.
I agree. And Commander,
Hmm?
be careful if you bring this up to the captain.
Bring what up to the captain? And I walk out of the room.
And that's where we're ending tonight. So much for my lightweight episode.
That's what always does. The light ones always have the darkest endings.
No plan ever survives contact with the enemy, B.
I know.
Or RPG players.
It's the same difference. All right, everyone. Thank you, and we'll catch you